So the next one, we are very excited to have Gary Ho from AXA. He is the CTO from AXA Macau and Hong Kong. So he will be talking about how the insurance industry leverage API. So thanks again, Gary. Can you hear me?
Yeah, very good. Can you hear me okay,
Okay.
Patrick?
Yeah, I can hear your voice loud and clear. And maybe I just want to see whether your screen is okay. Okay, it's all good. Okay. So thanks, Gary's time. So let me pass the time to you for your sharing. Thank you.
Sure. Thanks, Patrick, and the invitation from yourself and the API Days. My pleasure today to sharing our experience on API and data. And in our section today, we will share more about the digital ecosystem powered by the API and the big data. All right, so well, I think on this slide we are going to share the data-driven strategy in the insurance domain sector. I think not many people are aware of, from insurance, we have tons of the data. Well, that coming from our customer, be it, is about their policy data, the claims data, the health record, not to mention, now we have the digital transformation. They're using our digital tools. By then we have a lot of the digital footprint, also the social media data. So look at the slide, right, on the left-hand side. In order to consolidate all the internal across the service line and the external data into our so-called as the integrated data platform, or in our company called the digital backbone. So what's the secret sauce and the key driver on this slide? We sharing why we need to have the next gen data platform to support the company to become a data-driven company. You look at on the right hand side. In the past, from insurance is kind of the product-driven mentality, but now we're talking about the customer experience, all the product and service that we launch and to create it for our customer is customer driven. Also, you're talking about the timing. In the past, right? A lot of the sales activities or the campaign within the insurance industry is kind of very static. Well, like a monthly promotion, seasonal promotion, or the birthday promotion, etc. But now, the people is talking about the real time. How we understand more about our customer, their behavior, especially like, okay, our Mr. VIP customer, like in the morning time, they're visiting to the hospital. So whether they are visiting their family or friends, do they have the moment change, whether they have the new baby born, so that we will have push some of the real times next best offer to our customer. That is something is a crucial, and there's a huge demand from the business, especially in the insurance domain industry. Next one, we're talking about the demand of the channel. In the past, the channel primarily is a silo channel, be it the digital channel, call services, or even by paper. But now in 2022, we're talking about the omni-channel experience. So whether the customer is to assessing our product and services through our digital touchpoint, or they are contacting to our contact center or our chatbot, voice bot, or even our insurance agent. The experience we're talking about is omni-channel and digital, that they can in the morning time they call to the agent for some of the new products they are interested. In the evening time they can complete the service transaction through our call center. That is so-called the omni-channel experience for our customer, and that's the needs from our business. The last one we're talking about the maturity level. We all understand, right? In past few years, from the financial services, most of the banking, the retail banking or the insurance player, they are in digital transformation. The digital first, mobile first, that to provide a lot of a digital touch point. Well, the digital, what's the differences compared with tradition? If it is a paper form, right, all the many processes, we can't achieve, the operation efficiency with the straight-through processing. Also, traditional, if a lot of the human interaction is difficult for us to tapping the conversation, the user behavior, the customer demand or what they need in the past. But now, after the digital transformation, you can imagine, right, all the information is on the fingertips of our customer on the digital devices. And at the same time, as an insurance company, we can capture all this information, the customer behavioral data into our backend system. And in the middle part of this slide is talking about the analytics enablement. How we, based on the data, be it the internal data from our customer, the digital behavioral data, or even the social media data from the external, to do the propensity machine learning analysis, by then to provide the personalized offer and services for our customer. That is so-called as the data-driven strategy in the insurance sector. The next slide, we understand in today's section, the API Day, right? We have a lot of the technology professional, the enterprise architect, the CTO. Also, we have a lot of the business counterpart, the business colleague, like the product owner, etc., to attend this section. So on this slide, we're talking more about, okay, in previous slide, we're sharing about the business needs, the business strategy to become a data-driven company. And on this slide, we're talking about, from the technology department, how do we react? How do we react to our business needs, right? So you were seeing, right, in the bottom side, again, we have so many fragmented data, be it the internal data across the service line, be it the live data, the employee benefit, the data from our group health data, or the general insurance data. Also, as said, right, within the insurance sector, we have gone through the whole insurance life cycle. We do have the underwriting record, the claims record, or different policy servicing record. Not to mention the external data now coming from the social media channel that is also tapping into one single platform. Even a lot of the insurer now, we're not only talking about the customer 360. In fact, we're talking about the customer 720. What does it mean 720? Well, because it's composite, not only the internal data, but also included the external data from the social media platform or some of the digital partners as a whole to provide more insights of our customer. So other than different data, you've seen in the middle side, we have, as said, is the integrated data platform, or in AXA, we call it as the digital backbone. So the digital backbone or integrated data platform, in fact, is the end-to-end data platform, is handle the data governance, the data management, is also the data access to provide, well, it's kind of the microservices in place that provide the services through the open API, not only for our internal digital application, but also for our partners. Well, you can imagine traditional, the insurance company, their partners, well, mainly like the banker partner, the retail bank partners. Also, the traditional banking, they will partner with the healthcare provider, hospital, etc. But on the subsequent slide, we will walk through more the non-traditional partners that the another new opportunities within the insurance sector. So go back to this slide. We're talking about the integrated data platform. You see in the middle part, we not only has the data governance or the data lake that to provide the holistic real customer 360 real data for our customer, but also we understand from our business regardless, the business is driving the top lines for sales, or, from operation, like from the claims department, they still need to leverage those data provided by the technology function to do the analysis, to do the prediction, to do the propensity analysis. So you see in the in the middle right part, we do have the AI machine learning different capability that our data scientists can base on some of the open technology that they can do the propensity analysis. Also, within the analytics domain, is definitely is included the business intelligence, the data visualization tools. In the industry, there's so many tools that's available within the company. That is also the critical tools for our data scientists, our actuary, also for our operation. They can do different kind of the analysis to understand more our customer, be it to benefit or for the sales or for the operation. So about the microservices, well, I think everyone is understand API and data, they are tightly coupled. About the data, how we can unlock the data from our database to our partners or to our internal digital touchpoint. That is one of the key parts. That's why within our company we promote the microservices concept, and also you see on this slide we do promote to decoupling, to have the domain driven design concept in our microservices, so that we can decoupling of the services ourselves to provide our digital channels or for our partners. In that way, even we won't have one single point of failure that will occur if the backend system have any hiccup, because we all understand within the financial services sector by now the backend system is still the mainframe system. So that's why we need to have these domain-driven microservices layer, or we call it as a digital layer, to decoupling our backend system. Think of one of the use cases. If the Mr. Customer, they need to do the fund switching. Well, we understand, right, now in the financial market is very volatile. Well, in the past, right, the fund switching, it could be only done once per year or once per quarter. But now it could be the case we do once per week. So if you think of, right, is very a bad user experience if the customer, they do the fund switching by then, because the mainframe system that is have the system downtime. So in that way, that the power of the digital backbone or the microservices of these digital layer, that we can provide a queuing mechanism. No matter the backend system has any hiccup, we can still temporarily store the transaction request, be it as the fund switching request or the claims request from our customer. By then, when the backend system is resumed the services, we will resubmit the transaction on behalf of our customer to our backend system, so that you can imagine the API microservices is very important nowadays to support the company in the digital transformation journey. On the next slide, as we described before, within the insurance, we do have a lot of the partners, the external partners, like named in this slide, like the retail banking, the hospital, the different non-traditional partners that we will cover in the next slide. One of the benefits of the API and the microservices is the speed. Is the speed to market. Well, we understand, right? Different external partners, they do have different requirements. They need very fast to roll out their services into the market, so that they can capture the market. So with the API, that is one of the simplest and easiest and faster way to connect with the external partners, with the insurance player. Also, the API is not just for the purposes of the integration. In fact, we also help the company to manage the whole life cycle management. Life cycle management, what does it mean? If there's a new external partners they need to onboard, we will have, like the API portals to allow the partners to subscribe to services provided by the insurance player. Also, we do have some of the plug and play components. Primarily is the API provided to the external partners that they can consume for the services provided by the insurance company. With the API that can power the straight-through processing, that can increase the efficiency gain for our customer. The efficiency gain, it could be the case, in the past, the claims might need to take a week time. Now, with these kind of the cutting edge technology being adopted, that we can provide some sort of, we call it as the one-click buy or one-click claim services to provide our customer to increase the customer experience going forward. About the digital ecosystem, we do shared before in Paris that, again, traditional, the insurance partners is more focusing on the banker partners or like the hospital. Well, the hospital you might not aware of, is in the hospital. In fact, there's a lot of the collaboration with the insurance player, like the pre-approval, these kind of the capability to allow the customer or the patient that they can get the pre-approval before they get into the hospital for the surgery, for example. Also, now in the hospital or the clinic, they do install some of the terminal provided by the insurance player that after they discharge from the hospital, they can directly file the claims form and send it to the insurer on the fingertips. All of these capability is also powered by the API capability to integrate it with different external partners within the ecosystem. One thing would like to mention and emphasize in here is traditional partners is already running in the industry for many, many years. But, within these few years, that the insurance player is find some of the greenfield area, or we call it as the next gen digital ecosystem. Like in the slide, you can imagine like the transportation, retail, aviation, travel booking platform, or the personal properties company. They also might need to selling the protection for their own customer. So it is a very good opportunities to partnership with those with the large customer base player within the Hong Kong or even in the Greater Bay Area. The concept is those partners, they are selling some sort of the micro insurance. Micro insurance is something like, is the small ticket size, but, with the large customer base. But, that can provide a huge effect for the insurance player. You can imagine, after the customer is buying the micro insurance from those non-traditional partners, say for example, is the aviation for some of the travel delay product, for example, or some of the transportation retailer insurance, for example, in fact, is also kind of the new leads for the company that that we can drive the upsell and cross sales with more large ticket size products to those customers. Also, you can imagine those non-traditional partners, they are digital enabled. They are digital enabled, even more advanced compared with the financial services. Well, not the financial services is more laid back, but just because financial services, we are being highly regulated by the governance body. That's why at some point that I would say those non-traditional partners, they are a very digital advanced, and as a result, a lot of the information or the data, behavioral data that they can collect. And this is also one of the source that allow us to provide some of the machine learning propensity to provide some sort of the personalized services or the product for those customer and the agent. Okay, so that is the last slide of my today sharing. I pass it back the control to Patrick of the Q&A section. Thank you.
Okay, so thanks, Gary. I do see the audience as they love the data governance part. so you talk about the data governance model, and then there's some audience that they really like that part. So for the you mentioned about the data and API is tightly coupled, and I do agree. So I think for insurance company like AXA, you have a lot of data, and what do you see some challenges if we don't have a proper maybe data strategy or governance in place? What is the drawback if we don't actually focus on that kind of area? And will it be wasting some of the monetization opportunity, etc.? Can you share a bit on that one?
Yeah, thanks, Patrick. Yeah, that definitely the data governance and the data management is very important for the insurance company. Well, you can, well, as go back to the beginning of the first slide. We're talking about within the insurance company we have tons of the data. Well, not to mention the external data, but within the internal we have a lot of the policy data, the claims record, the underwriting record, health record, etc. So many data. Well, also the call center, we have a lot of the voice recording, right? So I would say, right, even within internal, we have more than enough data, and is also fragmented within the company. So the pain point, the hot button is you think of those data that is well, when the customer is buying the insurance policy, it could be the case they already buy the policy 20 years ago. But you think of, right, 20 years ago, whether the customer, they do have the mobile number in their application, or whether their residential address is correct after 20 years, that not sure. That's why, right, within the company, but we all understand, right, if we want to pursue as the data-driven company, that we need to have the data governance and data management about the data quality, so that we can have a more precise machine learning propensity analysis to provide more precise personalization service and offer for the customer. So that's why, like in the second slide, when we share more about our digital backbone, or the so-called the integrated data platform, we think of the data governance and data management is very, very important. But just one point to supplement, right, about the data governance, definitely it is a journey. This is a journey for every company. About the data governance, there's three things that we need to focusing, be it for the CIO, CDO, CTO, the three things. Well, I think the first things most of the company already handle is about to available the data. But the second thing is how we drive the adoption of the data to drive the company to the new heights. I would say not every company is fully leverage the data, or it's a chicken and egg problem. The data is not yet ready. That's why our business can't fully leverage the data. So okay, first is the data availability. Second is the data adoption within the company. The third one is, I do mention the previous example, is about the data quality. The data quality is the most challenging part in every financial services company. How do we safeguard and to resolve these data quality problems to drive the new height for the company as a data-driven company, I would say.
Okay, got that. So I do hear about there's a lot of data and different that kind of data fragmentations and different kind of unstructured data, etc. So we can see a lot of challenges. Some people may expect, okay, whether I need to have a data scientist to clean that, etc. So I think this is a very difficult and very challenging topic. So in that perspective, may I understand correctly? So API is actually helping for the adoption because the API itself is not actually helping to clean the data, fragment the data, but when you make it available, when you actually make it structure, and then it help you to scale out inside your company or even out to the different partner. Is it what you also think in this way? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So
definitely. So yeah, yeah.
okay.
So
So
as Patrick, you did
sorry. Keep
mention,
going.
yes, as Patrick, you did mention, API definitely is how do we unlock the company data, not only for our internal digital touchpoint, but also for our external partners. So it is the key driver to make the data available, and to drive the adoption for our business. That's right. Yeah.
Mm, Okay, so I think the time is almost up, but actually I think the audience and we do have many questions want to reach out to Gary for more, especially for the non-traditional digital payer part, which is having I believe some of the audience to be interested in that part as well. So maybe we will reach out offline, and then hopefully we can have some extended discussion or other section for you. So thanks again, Gary, for your support on today. Okay, thanks.
Thanks,
So
Patrick.
thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Okay, see you soon. Thank you, Gary.